We are now being joined by the Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, otherwise known as NITDA, Kashifu Abdullahi. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So President Bola Tinubu outlined Nigeria's ambition to lead AI and digital innovation. It sounds all great. I mean, the world is moving. Technology is moving and changing our lives, the way we live our lives daily. But many will see this as a very distant dream when it comes to Nigeria. What does NITDA say? How soon can we begin to see realization of this ambition by President Bola Tinubu?
Yeah, I think we just watched reaction from some Nigerians on boycotting the telecommunication. So it's difficult for us to boycott the using of telecommunication. That means digital is a lifestyle. We can no longer live without technology. So when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board, he unveiled bold and ambitious agenda of reforms. Part of them is accelerating or enhancing infrastructure and transformation as enablers for growth, and also accelerating diversification through manufacturing, digitization, creative art, industrialization, and innovation. So we are inspired with this agenda of Mr. President and look inward to see how can technology help in realizing all the 8 agendas unveiled by Mr. President, like in the area of economic reform, in the agriculture, national security, all of them. Technology can help us to get more insight, to empower us and help us deliver all those. Then we look at what is happening in Nigeria, Africa in general. We don't have our digital sovereignty. We lack data sovereignty. We lack operational sovereignty. All what we do online is controlled by big tech sitting in other parts of the world. Then we decided we cannot succeed like this. We need to have a roadmap on how to build our digital infrastructure. If you look, we started investing in conventional infrastructure such as roads, airports, railways after the second industrial revolution, which was about mass production and need to move goods from one place to another. Today we are in a digital world and it is about data. The data also need to be moved from one place to another for us to achieve our goals.
Yes. DG, I mean, a lot of people say we have a lot of roadmaps. If it comes to roadmaps, we are not in short supply in Nigeria. But the problem is those roadmaps remain on paper. They remain just maps, and we don't move anywhere. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Because we know that when it comes to AI and technologies, cloud technologies, they require serious energy consumption. Given our current challenge as a country when it comes to energy supply, can we really be having this conversation? Can we sit on that table to have this conversation about AI and cloud technologies and data control?
So let me take you through the journey. First, you need to have a plan. You need to have a strategy, which was developed. We have the strategic roadmap and action plan with 8 strategic pillars. Then we made a decision that we need to own our digital sovereignty. In first week of November, we had 2-day workshop with all data center providers, cloud service providers, and hyperscalers in Nigeria. At that workshop, we challenged ourselves that our local data center providers, they need to upscale to that cloud level, or the hyperscalers need to come and invest in Nigeria. We no longer depend on them putting our data in other places. So we made that bold decision. After that, on the 10th December, Huawei launched the cloud region in Nigeria. Then Google invited us for a meeting. We pitched our plan to them, and they love it. After that, we worked together and co-created a roadmap. That what the Google CEO presented to Mr. President this week in Paris. So the roadmap, we've agreed to achieve 5 things. The infrastructure, skilling of our citizens, AI innovation, cloud adoptions, and investment framework. So it's an ecosystem we are going to create, which power is going to be one of that ecosystem. And also globally, no data center today rely on grid for electricity. They go off grid, they go green because they also need carbon credit.
Great. We just saw Abu Dhabi launch the largest off-grid 24-hour power, solar grid recently during the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. And that was fantastic, never done in the world.
Yes.
But where are we as Nigeria?
So exactly, we are looking at that also. It's part of the framework we are working with Google. We need to
So what does that mean in practical terms? Because we need to break it down for Nigerians. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time, to spend on this topic. So how will this partnership with Google really look on ground, and how does Nigeria benefit from it? So
the partnership, we've started working. We've done the first, second, and now we'll start the third stage. The first one is the envisioning workshop, where we pitch to them and we agree on what to do. Then we had the discovery workshop, where we agree and developed areas we can work on. Then we have the agreement at the top level between the Google CEO and the Nigerian CEO, Mr. President, that we can work together to achieve that. So now the next thing is the sizing. What do we need to have in place? Then we'll come up with an investment framework, where the Nigerian investors will get international investors and Google themselves to invest on building that. So we are going to do it in stages. The first stage is to use existing data centers in Nigeria to agree that and have a cutoff date that all data, sensitive data, must remain in Nigeria. Within that period, we want all government data, including the private sector data, sensitive data, Nigerians' data must remain in Nigeria. Then the second stage is to scale up that existing data centers. And the third one is to build a hyperscaler data center standard in Nigeria. Okay. Very quickly, I wanted you to talk about the Awari Technologies partnership as well, because the president highlighted that. It's about language and culture. How tailored is it, and what does it really mean? So the Awari is not part of the Google conversation, yes, but the president mentioned that it's already existing, part of the achievement. We have the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, which was launched like 4 years ago. So under that SPV, we partner with startups to develop technology. So Awari is one of the startups we are partnering with to build the large language model in Nigeria. Thank you so much, DG, for being on the news tonight. We do really appreciate your time. We'll be looking at that space to see how we're developing AI. The president he said he wants Nigeria to be a tech hub globally. Globally, an emerging leader, and also he wants us to embed AI in our operation. For example, in NIDA, we are already doing that. Great. When we receive later, we scan it. We have an AI agent that will read the content and email it to relevant departments. So imagine bringing that to a public service service-wide, how it can help boost service delivery. This can help government to deliver delightful solutions to citizens, what could be a stressful life event experience. Thank you very much. It does mean we also have to upskill our workforce. Exactly. That's why we have the skilling. And also the skilling, we are looking at embedding the digital skills in our education sector from primary school to tertiary institutions.
Okay, thank you so much. We have to bring you some other time to have this conversation at length.
Thank you for having me and look forward to that
Thank
opportunity.
You.